This financing strategy, it will summarize the targets and actions which has to be taken over a 3 to 5 year period in order to achieve the targets. That is, creating a smart investment plan is a very important, the key aspect of the financial safety of the business, every business. So participant leadership motivates the employees' morals because employees make contribution to the decision making process. Now, what is a product based structure? A product based structure is also known as a divisional structure. Hi and a warm welcome to you all dear students. I, JWsir, Commerce Faculty, Department of Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Dear students, in the last session, that is of previous revision class, I took of first unit and second unit. So in this particular revision session, I'll be taking third and fourth unit, that is related to marketing strategy and organizational structure. So marketing strategy, what do you mean by a marketing strategy? It says it is a comprehensive plan which has been formulated. It is a comprehensive plan which has been formulated particularly in order to achieve the marketing objectives of an organization. So marketing strategy means it is a comprehensive plan which has been formulated and particularly mainly for achieving the marketing objectives of an organization. And this particular marketing strategy, surely it provides a blueprint for attaining this marketing objectives. And it is also building the block for marketing plan, and it is designed after detailed marketing research. So this particular marketing strategy provides a blueprint for attaining this marketing objectives, then it building block for marketing plan and is designing after detailed marketing research. Then the fourth one says marketing strategy surely helps an organization in order to concentrate its scarce resources on the best possible opportunities, so in order to increase the sales. Now a marketing strategy is designed by, first, number one, choosing the target market. How the marketing strategy is been designed? It has been designed by way of choosing the target market. It means by target market we mean to whom the organization wants to sell its product. To whom the organization wants to sell its product. Not all the market segments are fruitful to an organization. Secondly, gathering the marketing mix. Then third, by marketing mix, we mean how the organization proposes to sell its product. And fourth, it says the organization has to gather the four P's of marketing, such as the product, price, promotion and distribution in appropriate combination. And the last one is gathering the marketing mix in a crucial part of marketing task. Now coming to the importance of marketing strategies, students, it says marketing strategy provides an organization over the edge of its competitors. Secondly, strategy helps in developing the goods and services with the best profit making potential. Then marketing strategy surely helps in discovering the areas which are affected by the organization growth, and thereby it helps in creating an organization plan in order to cater the customer needs. Then it also helps in fixing the right price for the organization goods and services based on the information which has been collected by the market research, that is through surveys or data collection. Then strategy ensures effective departmental coordination. Then it helps in organization to make optimum utilization of its resources so as to provide a sales message to the target market. Now coming to the competition market, it says dealing with competition. So it means this particular competition strategy, that is competition strategy, deals mainly with the competition. In short, we can say that marketing strategy clearly explains how the organization reaches its predetermined objectives. And the consumers and business markets, they have a distinct or different characteristics by which they have the function. Earlier, importance was given mainly for understanding customer and their business. But now, in this age of technology and globalization, companies cannot afford to ignore the competition. So companies need to understand the competitors' motive, their ideas behind it, and the goal to be in the market. Now example, if you see, the GM has a good reach in USA, but its weakness is quality, whereas the Toyota does not have extensive dealers network, but still it offers a very good quality. So competitors' operating pattern also is very much they also need careful study like competitors' action in the face of challenge to the position of the market. So to deal with the competition, companies need to design an intelligent system companies need to identify what are the parameters which will be surely helping in analyzing the competition. Now coming to the financing strategy, it says it is an integral to the organization strategy plan because it sets how the organization plans to finance its overall operations in order to meet the objectives or the goals and now as well as in the future. And this financing strategy, it will summarize the targets and actions which has to be taken over a 3 to 5 year period in order to achieve the targets. Now under this we have cash flow planning, investment planning, dividend strategy and capital structure planning. So let us understand one by one. So what is cash flow planning? See, this is also a part of the financing strategy. It says to create cash flow plan, the business must assess their assets. They should assess the assets. Then what are the incomes and what are their expenditures? So by doing this, it allows the companies to analyze how the current expenditure fits the projected cash flow. Secondly, coming to the investment planning. That is, creating a smart investment plan is a very important, the key aspect of the financial safety of the business, every business, because businesses often invest where in the securities, such as it may be the shares, bonds, debentures, etc., mortgages, which will provide a very good return on investment. Thirdly, the dividend strategy. Here the company has many shareholders where the dividend strategy is very much necessary because in order to decide about the proportion of dividends or the profits which has to be given to shareholders as a dividends. And regarding capital structure, refers to how business funds are being structured within the company, in particular how debts and equity are being balanced, so called the debt equity ratio. And coming to the production strategy, the fourth important strategy under this particular unit, it says production strategies are the broad long-term action plans or the goals because they are made for achieving the main objectives of the organization. Now this production strategy surely tells us about what the production department has to do and how to achieve that particular top aims of the organization or the top plans of the organization. So then the top level managers or the management, then they make the strategies for achieving those kind of objectives. And the types of production strategies under this, we have the differentiation strategy, cost leadership strategy, market segmentation strategy, price or cost strategy, and quality strategy and delivery strategy. Now product mix or flexible strategy is also part of that particular types of coming under production strategies. Now service strategy is also the part of this production strategies. The main strategies used in the production planning or control are the chase strategy, level production, make to stock and assemble to order. Now coming to the HR strategy. It is the most important aspect of all. HR is human resources. It is a very important aspect of all these other strategies. The strategies will surely determine, means find out how the HR process will run and how to make sure that it works and assists the organization in order to achieve that particular goal or the objective. Now here the strategies, this particular HR strategy has been set up in such a way that it will be the basic foundation on how the HR department will operate and make a plan to do their job in their particular level of organization. The importance of HR strategy in HR process is human resource development or HR, arranging the HR strategy, the culture of the organization, such as it may be the norms, the values, the beliefs of the organization. And the two important basic types of HR strategies are general strategies and specific strategies. General strategies are those strategies which is having a high performance working, and whereas specific strategies which is related to the different aspects of human resources as well as human resource management, such as it may be learning and development and the reward or the compensation. Now coming to the logistic strategies, this is also one of the important strategies because logistic strategy can be defined as a set of guiding principles. Logistic strategy can be defined as a set of guiding principles, attitudes and driving forces surely that will help the organization to coordinate the plans, the goals and the policies between various different partners across different supply chain. And it will also increase the supply chain performance while improving the supply chain management on the whole. And this logistic strategy is a part of supply chain management, as I told you, because it is a process that has an important function in the planning, implementation and control and effectiveness and efficiency of storage of goods, a flow of goods, services and information to meet the customer needs. Now coming to the 7 R's of logistic, the Chartered Institute of Logistic and Transport UK 2019 defines them as cutting the right product in the right quantity, in the right condition, at the right place, at the right time, at the right customer, to the right customer and at the right place. That is why we call them as 7 R's of logistic. 7 R's of logistic. So first R is getting the right product. Second R is getting the right quantity. Third R is in the right condition. Fourth R is at the right place. Fifth R is at the right time. Sixth is at the right customer, and that is at the right price. Now the 3 types of logistic, we have inbound logistic, outbound logistic and reverse logistics. Now logistic management, it says logistic is that part of a supply chain which plans, implements and controls the efficient, effective forward and reverse flow and storage of goods and services which is related to information between the point of origin and the point of consumption in order to meet the customer requirements. Business logistic is defined as having the right item in the right quantity at the right time for the right price, is a science of process and incorporates all the industry sectors. And the goal of logistic work is to manage the friction of product, or that is a project life cycle, supply chains and resultant efficiencies. Production logistic, it is a term used for describing the logistic process within that particular industry or a company. The purpose of this production logistic is in order to ensure that each machine and the workstation is being fed with the right products in the right quantity and at the right point of time. Now coming to second one, that is the commercial vehicle operation. Commercial vehicle operation is an application of intelligent transport system for trucks. This is a typical system which would be purchased by the managers of a trucking company, where it would have a satellite navigation system, a small computer and a digital radio in each truck. These are the devices which is fit in the truck. Every 15 minutes of a computer transmits, every 15 minutes it says the computer transmits where the truck has been, location, it will share the location. The digital radio service forwards the data of the central office to the trucking company. Then the computer system in the central office manages the fleet in the real time under control of the team of dispatchers. So this is how it works. Containerization, it is a system of intermodal freight transport, cargo transport system, standard ISO containers known as shipping containers that can be loaded and sealed intact into container ships, railroads, cars, planes and trucks. Cross-docking, it is a practice in logistics of unloading the materials from an incoming semi-trailer truck, or it may be the rail car, or loading these materials in outbound trailers, rail cars, with little or no storage in between. So this may be done to change the type of convenience or to sort the materials which is intended for different destinations, or also to combine the materials from different origins. Cross-docking is used to decrease inventory storage by streamlining the flow between the suppliers and the manufacturers. Coming to the distribution part, it is one of the 4 aspects of marketing, where it says the distribution is the middleman between the manufacturer and the retailer. And here, thereafter, the product is being manufactured and it is typically shipped, that is sold to a distributor. Now the distributor then sells that particular product to the retailers or to the consumers. So the other 3 parts of the marketing mix are product management, pricing and promotion. Now the 6th one is logistic in food distribution. Food distribution is a method of distributing the food from one place to another place, which is a very important factor and the key element in the public nutrition, because where it breaks down famine, malnutrition or illness that occurs. And during some period of ancient Rome, food distribution occurred with the policy of giving free bread to citizens under the provision of a common good. There are 3 main components of food distribution: transport infrastructure such as the roads, vehicles, rail transport, airports and ports. Then food handling technology and regulations such as refrigeration and storage, warehousing, adequate source and supply logistics based on demand and need. And the last one is information logistic. It is in general we say that it is nothing but the logistic of information. The field of information logistic aims mainly at developing concepts, technologies and their application which is needed for oriented information supply. And this information on demand services, they are a typical application area for information logistic because they have to fulfill the user needs with respect to content, location, time and quality. And information logistic is concerned with the supply of information to individuals. Now coming to the next important unit, that is of organizational structure. The definition and types will see an organizational structure details how certain activities have been delegated towards achieving the goals of the organization. Surely it will outline an employee's role and various responsibilities within the company. The more authority employees have, the higher they will be on the organizational structure. In addition, the more organized structure is, more efficiently a company operates. The benefits of implementing an organizational structure is faster decision making, multiple business locations, improved operating efficiencies, then greater employee performance, eliminating the duplication of work, reducing the employee of conflict and better communication. Types of organizational structures. Functional structures. A functional structure is an organization are divided into specialized groups with specialized roles and duties and responsibilities. A functional structure is also known as a bureaucratic organizational structure and it is commonly found in a small to medium sized business. Most of the people in the workforce have the experience working in this style of organizational structure. An example, if you see many companies, they divide their organizations into various departments such as it may finance, marketing, HR, production, sales, etc. The advantages: employees are grouped by skill according to their skill and talent. Then greater sense of teamwork, very good teamwork will be there. But the advantages are lack of communication with other departments. They will not be communicating with other department. Then unhealthy competition, surely it will prevail and management issues will be there. Now coming to second type, divisional structure. In divisional structure, various teams work alongside with each other towards a single and common goal. And each of divisions has its own executives or the managers who manages how that particular branch operates, controls his budget and also allocate the resources to that particular departments. Larger companies employ this type of organizational structures. Example, a division structure is a car company that separates the company by SUV models, electric models or sedan vehicle branches. Advantages: focus on single good or service, more centralized leadership. And disadvantages: poor integration with other divisions, competition between divisions, lack of communication with divisions and potential tax implications. Flat theory, it says there are little to no levels of management, where a company is using this kind of structure could have only one manager in between its executive and all other employees. And this is called a flat theory because it is a hybrid of hierarchy and the flat organization. So this type of organization structure is used more by smaller companies since they have fewer employees. That means very less employees, though it can be used in companies of all different sizes. Advantages: cost efficient and foster good communication, high employee morale, fast decision making, etc. Disadvantages: potential employee conflict and leadership confusion. The fourth important type of structure is matrix structure. This matrix style of structure, employees here are divided into teams that report to two heads or the two managers. That is, one is a project or a product manager along with the functional manager. The advantages here is it fosters open dialogue between the managers and employees. It is flexible workplace environment, freedom. But disadvantages: leadership confusion, to whom to get order and whom to report. Then conflicting leadership loyalties will be there. Potential more costly and roles may not be clearly defined. Potentially heavy employee workload. All this will be the disadvantages. Now coming to the establishing strategic business units. Under this, the business can be defined in terms of three dimensions. One is customer groups, customer needs, and technology. Now, example, if you see, a company that defines its business as designing incandescent lighting system for television studios would have television studios as its customer group, then lighting as its customer needs, and incandescent lighting as its technology. So, if you see, in line with Levitt's argument that a market definition of a business are superior to product definitions. Why? Because these are three dimension describes the business in terms of a customer satisfying process and not of good satisfying process. So, therefore, it says a Xerox product definition would be like this. We make copying equipment, while the market definition of Xerox product will be we help in improve office productivity. Same way, MYSURU specific roadway product definition would be we run the railroad, while the market definition will be we are the people and goods mover. Now, the SUB has three important characteristics, features. First and foremost is it is a single business or collection of related business that can be planned separately from the rest of the company. Secondly, it has its own set of competitors. Third, it has managers responsible for strategic planning and profit performance who would surely control the most of the factors affecting the profit. So, SUB must look and act like a freestanding business satisfying the following conditions, such as having a unique business mission independent of other SUBs, have a clearly definable set of competitors, be able to carry out integrative planning relatively independent of other SUBs, and be able to manage the resource in other areas, and also at large enough to justify senior management attention but small enough to serve as a useful focus of resource allocation. Now, what are the problems in creating SUBs? The notion behind the SUB concept is that the company activities is a marketplace ought to be understood, and also the segmented strategical so that the resources can be easily allocated for competitive advantage. And that's the reason it says the company ought to be able to answer these three questions. That is, what business I am in, who is my competition or competitor, then what is my position related to that particular competitor. How does this particular SUB works on? The management is purely responsible for managing the profit center, and they do have a decision making authority regarding management. And surely it says this work involves a lot of pressure, and management needs to ensure that the sales of the products and services are always more than the cost. And this will make sure that the unit is profitable, and also in each period either by increasing the revenue or optimizing expenses. So, sometimes what happens, using both the techniques simultaneously. Now, example of a profit center, it says let us take the example of department store, wherein different products can be categorized into different subunits and thus different profit centers like clothing center, grocery, electronic goods, seasonal goods like gardening kits and festival related goods, and accounting unit. But it says therefore finally, the store can create profit center for each unit separately excluding the accounting unit, because that will help the management in finding out or determining the contribution of each profit units add to the profit center to the revenue at the end of the period. So, the accounting unit is a cost center and not a profit center, since it does not generate any kind of revenues for the store. And as a different within the organization, these are profit centers that are small departments in the organization like sales division, investment divisions, etc. And as a strategic unit in a big organization, if you see, in a big organization with different sub areas, profit centers serves as a different strategic units and are used for more segmental, that is reporting purpose. Example, if you see in a bank, different products like retail banking, wealth management, loans and mortgages can be reported as separate units and have been identified with different profit center groups. What are the uses of these profit centers? Profit centers surely help in finding or determining the profit or loss of a separate units of the organization. Then they help in further analyzing of calculation of different financial ratios like return on investment, profitable ratios of a particular unit, etc. Then they facilitate management decision making regarding funding, allocation, devising strategy for low performing units. And what are the advantages? The profit center surely helps in devising strategies for low performing units by allocating resources, increasing revenues. Then when management focus on revenue generating capacity of a particular unit, it leads to an increase in overall productivity. Profit centers reduce the burden of organization by categorizing or dividing the units in the most profitable, least profitable and cost centers. Then they help in segmentation reporting, wherein it is required, and also helps in understanding the strength and weakness of the particular unit. Disadvantages: the process of the fund and other resources allocation and indirect cost to profit centers is very complex and not highly accurate. An increase in number of profit centers surely it leads to increased stress on the limited number of staff in the organization. Sometimes the decisions that are taken based on the performance of one profit center or unit may not be the best interest of the organization as a whole, because it encourages unhealthy cross units rivalry, competition within the organization. Then product organization structure is a framework in which business is organized in separate divisions, each focusing on different product or service and functioning as an individual unit within the company. Now, what is a product-based structure? A product-based structure is also known as a divisional structure, where you assign the employees into a self-contained division and according to the particular line of products or service they produce, and the customer they deal with the geographical area they serve. And example, a computer software business may divide its structure according to its two distinct customer groups. One is the home users and business users. Now, in such kind of arrangement, all employees working on the development, sales and promotion of business software would be in one division, while everyone working on software for home users would be in the other department. Now, product structure can also help business that is focus on specific market segment, meeting the customer needs more effectively and more efficiently, extending knowledge or expertise within specialized divisions, and responding to market changes, which is more flexible and quickly encourage positive competition between each department, coordinate and measure the performance of each division and directly. Disadvantages: duplicating functions and resources. Example, different sales team of each division, dispersing technical expertise across smaller units, which is nourishing the negative rivalries among divisions, or emphasizing division rather than the organizational goals, losing central control over each division. Now, coming to the market segmentation, the concept of market segmentation says it helps marketers in preparation of marketing strategies by differentiating the consumers on the basis of their specific needs, income, age, qualifications, sex, etc. So, market consists of consumers, and customers differ from one or more respect. The definition part: market segment is the act of dividing a market into distinct groups of buyers who might merit separate products or marketing strategies. This is given by Philip Kotler. And R.S. Dover says or defines this market segmentation as grouping of buyers or segmenting the market is described as a market segmentation. The importance: it helps in satisfying the consumers in a better way. It produces or provides various types of information which are useful for the product level development, marketing research, evaluation for marketing activities, etc. Then it will channelize the money and effort of the most of the potential profitable segments. It produces goods and provides services as per the demand of the customers. It helps in the preparation of effective and efficient marketing policy. The requirements or the criteria for market segmentation: first is identity, sustainability, accessibility, measurability, demand, nature of demand, formulation of effective programs. So, these are the requirements or criteria for market segmentation. Now, what are the bases for market segmentation? Market segmentation means dividing the market into several homogeneous sub-markets or segments. Now, markets can be broadly classified into two types: consumer markets and organizational markets. Consumer markets says it covers the ultimate users who normally buy in smaller quantities, but whereas organizational markets covers industrial market, resellers market, government markets. Now, coming to the last topic under this particular unit, that is leadership and behavioral challenges. Leadership can be defined as an ability of a management to make a sound decision and inspire others, that is, perform well. So it is a process of directing the behavior of a person or others towards achieving that particular common goal or objective. In short, we can say leadership is getting the things done through others. Importance of leadership, it is very important in the firm because it leads to higher performance by the team members. Then it improves motivation among the members and the morale of the employees within the members or the organization, and helps to respond according to the changes. Leadership surely facilitates organizational success by creating more responsibility and accountability among the members of the organization, and also it says it increases value in the organization. Then coming to the leader versus manager. A leader cannot be a manager, but opposite is possible. A manager is more than a leader. A leader does what is right while the manager makes things right. A leader deals with change, whereas a manager plans for a change. A leader gives direction to do something, but whereas a manager plans for everything that has to be done. A leader is an innovator and a creator, but whereas a manager is a commander. Encourages the people, where the manager controls the people. A leader handles communication, creditability and empowerment, but whereas the manager deals with organizing and staffing. Now coming to the leadership styles, there are totally 5 leadership styles. First one is laissez-faire. Laissez-faire means here, under this, a leader does not directly supervise the employees and fails to provide regular update to those under his supervision. So highly experienced and trained employees with minimum requirement of supervision fall under this laissez-faire leadership style. Autocratic leadership. Now this kind of leadership permits the managers to make decisions alone without the input of others, whereas the managers access total authority and impose their will on employees. No one opposes the decision of the autocratic leaders here. Countries like Cuba and North Korea operates under this autocratic leadership style. Participative leadership. This is also known as a democratic leadership style because its value the input of team members and peers, but the responsibility of making the final decisions will rest with the participative leader. So participant leadership motivates the employees' morals because employees make contribution to the decision making process. Next is transactional leadership. This style is formed by a concept of reward and punishment. So transactional leaders believe that employees' performance is completely dependent on 2 factors, such as when there is an encouragement, the workers put in their best effort, and bonus is a monetary terms in most of the cases. But in case they fail to achieve the set targets or given targets, they will be given the negative appraisal. And next is transformational leadership. It has the ability to affect the employees' perceptions, that is through the returns that organization gets in the form of human capital benefits. And these leaders have the ability to reap higher benefits by introducing the knowledge management process, encouraging interpersonal communication among the employees, as well as creating healthy organizational culture. So students, this is all about the 3rd and 4th unit revision part. So here we complete the revision part on an aspect of your business policy syllabus. So the 5th unit, it is of your case studies that already I have explained in concept classes, and it is in the notes. So please refer the notes for all the 5 units together, okay, including the case studies also. So hope you understood. So please go to all the concept class videos, then your revision class videos, as well as the refer the notes. So it will be more helpful for you. I wish you all the best for your examination as well as for your bright future. Once again, very best for your exams and for your future. So thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you so much.